Welcome, Voidwalkers, Traveler. You've reached the edge of reality. Beyond this point lies unknown, mystery, and truth. The gravitational pull is irreversible. This is
on the trail of what's happening government wise, then go for it. But let's start with the government shutdown. What y'all think?
Okay. What I like to say about that is, first of all, that's just really random and really bullshit because is there any I want to answer and respond with this question, which is what is the reason for it to even have that? But then the other side of me is like I'm not surprised because this is not the first time we had this in the last 6 years.
Government
So I
shutdown time.
Yeah, it does happen all the time, but before the 2020, it was a while before that even happened, and then after the pandemic and shit, they just been passing government shutdowns like pieces of candy. So
True.
Yeah, well, government shutdowns are caused by a big divide between the left and the right.
Pretty
which
much.
is true, which at the same time, why that's why I'm not that much surprised because there's just never gonna be one accord up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget because right now, as of this moment, because of the whole shutdown thing, each political party is just blaming each other. The Republicans and the Democrats are blaming each other. It's like a key sticking point is where like they're disagreeing over the extension of like healthcare subsidies and all that other stuff that's
Oh, yeah.
happening.
Yeah, that's basically it.
But it's like the Trump administration has also like it's using the shutdown as kind of like a leverage, if that makes sense. Like for example, the $26 billion or something, something around that. Forget if it's 26 or 27, but like that much funding was just cut off, like frozen for transit, and it's like it's mainly being used, I think, in greenhouse projects or green energy projects, in more of the democratic states. So that is having an immense impact on just overall government and just economy. So like the whole shutdown is like it's also affecting like the non-essential agencies, like a lot of like by the end of 2025 it's literally been promised that almost 300,000 civilian like federal employees are going to be laid off, through buyouts or just straight up let go. And like I'm just thinking of like, damn, 2025 is going to end on a very bad note.
And we haven't even made it to we're at the end of the year, but we haven't even made it to fucking Christmas yet, and out of nowhere it's like more than 3 events has happened out of the blue already. You know what I'm saying?
This might be one of the few Christmases where Santa's like, fuck this. I'm
No
staying
more
here.
Christmas.
Give y'all's 2 cents about what the hell it is happening. I mean, clearly the orange dude's got a plan, right?
That Obama guy, am I right?
Right. I think no, you know what I think?
What?
What regarding okay, let's switch over to
Wait,
talk that
do I start the
let's
stream? I'm
let's talk
sorry.
about huh?
Do I
Let's
start the
establish.
stream?
How
You
about
can
we
you can start
establish
it.
where we're starting first?
Okay, let's talk about the Epstein files.
Oh God.
Yo,
I
leave
don't
it to
think the people are
Brandon
ready
while
for
we
that
bring
one.
up the rabbit holes, man. Yeah, sure.
I don't think the people's ready for that one yet.
An island and
And I feel like I no, okay. In all honesty, I feel like we're not running out of time to make these episodes. I feel like that deserves its own episode.
Okay. Okay, you're right.
But if you want to say a little bit about that though, it does. I do find it kind of funny how at one point everybody was talking about them files, and all of a sudden nobody knows it happened. Like, did we forget that this is still a thing? Like, first of
Right.
all, what happened to it? Second of all, is the fucking government are they going to announce who's on it? Like, are they going to dish it out to the people or like where is it at, my nigga? Like, I feel like at this point with all the shit that is going on, I feel like y'all just threw all of that out just for everybody to take our attention off the those files. But that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's such a complex thing because it's everyone is split on what they think is happening versus
All right,
what's
I'm haul assing towards you.
all right. But yeah, everyone has their own, I guess, point of view as to what's happening, what are the intentions behind it. Honestly, I have no idea where this is going. This is like not in the sense that oh yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on, but in the more so the sense of who knows where this is going to end up kind of thing. Because a lot of people, like officials in the government, are also like just
Oh,
skeptical about
I just got a
how the president
taser.
is now talking, and he's like not talking the way he normally does.
Right.
He's speaking like more radically and like more in terms of like he's actually starting on whatever it is he planned to do. Now the question is even it's even a mystery to the people that work for him. They're like, we don't know where he's going with this.
From the gist of it, I know some of y'all is not aware of that information, so let me give y'all the gist of it. Crow
Mm-hmm.
2, let me put you up on gun. So I don't know what caused for
You
this
built
thing to
this?
even start out. You said what?
I'm talking you built this?
Yeah, yeah.
My fault. I don't know what caused this whole thing to even, escalate. But what had happened is uh the president, I'm not gonna say his name, the president started sending out National Guard and other forces out to I guess police the streets of Portland, right?
Right.
But that would be kind of an understatement, and at the same time, that would kind of be of a lie because with all the clips that has been popping up all over the internet, it has gotten a lot worse. People are literally getting shot for no reason. There are too many explosives going on. It's like loads of riots happening out. Like freaking, supervisions are literally crashing it out, dishing it out with the fucking citizens. Mass looting is going on. It's that serious. It is that crazy. I even heard stories about I heard stories about possible African Americans are even getting raided for no reason because they just want to know they just want to identify if those African Americans are citizens or they're legal, which first of all that makes no fucking sense at all. But I digress. That's why I didn't really give into that kind of information. But that's still something to think about. And at the same time, ICE, even that organization is over there in Portland. They're doing their thing. So it's getting crazy. One of the information that I have gathered from certain sources is that one of the reasons why Portland is like massively being, might as well call it massively being raided by the military or troops, is because those were one of the areas that voted against the person who ran for president before he was elected.
Would you say, in light of that, would you say then what the president's doing is just like kind of vendetta, or do you want to like shed more light on that?
Um, see, here's my thing about it. Here's my thing about it. I don't want to get biased about what is the reason for this and what his motives are, right? Because if you really like if you start to think about it, right? If you actually try to go in a a different perspective,
Mm-hmm.
there has to be some understanding political reason behind this. Cause that's why I always have guys like y'all to better explain this because I'm not the political guy in this group. I'm not a political guy. That's either you or that's
Oh, me, no,
Crow.
bro.
Maybe it's
No, 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 no. I hate politics because I know that's one of the main things. Bro, I saw this coming a mile away. Politics is gonna cause so much shit that it's just not necessary in the evolution of human
yeah.
beings.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm not really into it. But our nigga Crow here, he's pretty much like compared to us in this group. Crow is pretty much the expert when it comes to politics. So that's why I don't try to get too much into that because I may not have the sufficient knowledge or sufficient sources to back up my claim. However, however, the statement still stands that this is getting out of control.
Mhm.
People are getting hurt. People are getting murdered. There is like at this point,
Kids
at
are
this point,
losing their
I
parents
want
and family.
yeah, I want to call this. If you ask me, I would call this a dictatorship. But at the same time,
It's
I'm not gonna go too quick. I'm not gonna go too quick into that opinion because again, I'm not a political guy. Like the reasons why I'm not into politics because politics ain't really done much for me when I was a child. Politics has never done anything for me now. Like they're already talking about cutting off financial aid, cutting off, healthcare, all that shit. Like even my peer support that works with me, he even talked about how his company had how the higher ups they even took profit off of his company. Well, cut the profit off of this company. Like they cut part of their funding, which is kind of scary for them because how are they able to make money? How are they able to do this? But then he was like, everything's still good because they can handle that. But that scares me that kind of bullshit has reached out all the way over here to where I'm living at, and there's a possibility that I could be losing my support because him and a few other people. That's all the support I got. Like the way I live, how I grew up, I didn't have anybody support me. Not the government, not my parents, barely my parents, not my siblings, my family, friends, nothing. I mostly built all this shit on my own. And and to actually be here to actually experience that this is not your typical shit that's happening on a social media kind of thing.
Right.
This is some real shit that's reaching out all the way to where I'm living at. That's one of the reasons why I'm concerned. I'm not just concerned for me either. Now I did just say, like I was just mentioning about my family, like my family didn't really do that much for me. But I still love my family, but I'm concerned. I'm concerned for them too. I'm concerned about their
Of
future. More
course.
specifically, I'm concerned about my sister's future because I don't want them to grow up in this kind of world where people are just not
It's that
caring.
unpredictable, and you can't put
People
faith in the government body.
exactly. I can't like that's one of the reasons why I'm not into politics. I can't really put my faith in the government. I can only put faith in God and myself.
Absolutely. But I mean, here's the
Cause
thing. It doesn't require, and not to cut you off, but like it doesn't require that much in depth understanding of politics to be able to say that what's going on right now is very radical. It's happening. Here's the thing, but if we look at it from a very objective point of view, right? Put all of our emotions and feelings about this guy aside. A lot of the stuff that's happening, it's happening at such a fast rate. So a lot of people are not used to things happening this late. People are used to, like waiting and seeing what's happening, of voting stuff. That stuff isn't happening at the moment. It's more so just this is what he wants to do. Oh, he did this. Every morning you will wake up with something new that happened, or him trying to do something new.
exactly.
And
Like this is one of those this is literally one of those years. These are one of those years where like shit is literally happening every fucking second. I'm not saying things don't happen every second because things does happen every second without us knowing.
right,
But on the when it comes to mainstream, the news, politics, stuff like that, shit is happening every second, and we don't even have enough time to process it all. So I'm like, fuck it, whatever happens in the White House, whatever happens in the courtroom, I I ain't got shit to do with me. I'm gonna continue to do what I gotta do. Like what they eat don't make me shit, and I ain't got time for it.
no, I agree. And it's more so like a lot of even a lot of you see the whole ice raid thing that's happening. It's a lot of the people that did confess up about being part of these ice raids and stuff. They did say a lot of the shit that's going down, this more so the stuff that we see on the news, is collateral. It's not even the main agenda. It's just they're just going off of people that are documented. They're just doing it for the
Right.
sake of doing it. It's like they're just going after colored people. Yeah, and it's like here's the thing. Even a lot of people that were documented, we've seen in the past, a lot of people that were documented, even they were held hostage to the point where it did interfere with a lot of their plans and programs. Because people sometimes they travel for whether it's for job, whether it's for business, whatever it is. People sometimes have to travel. But there was a point where these ice raids happened and people were picked up and they were held in custody for 12 days just to even get a verdict as to, oh, will we let you go or will we not let you go? All of their belongings, stuff like that, was confiscated. But as far as we know, there's more better ways to treat people, because at the end of the day, these people are still working. Like, yeah, of course, it's more so like, it's more so a humanity thing. If you want to look at it politically, you have to look at it objectively, and objectively, not all things will make you comfortable. Objectively, a lot of things will make you uncomfortable when they're done without emotion. But you have to think about it like, yeah, okay, they're illegal immigrants. Yeah, they work outside of, the whole W-2 thing. A lot of them don't have papers. They're just getting cash money from a lot of the jobs that they do. But these people still have families, and to have to do all of that in front of family members and with so much violence, I think that is radical. And I don't think there's any other way to look around it. It's radical.
Yeah, and that's one of the few things. That's one of the only few things I care about when it comes to this. Like, bruh, there's younger people that's experiencing this. There's children who don't even know any better, and they probably ain't been too long. Has they ain't been too long been living in this world. Like y'all get the point. They're
Right.
just like at their early age, they are experiencing this kind of event that will obviously cause some serious trauma for them when they get older, and then they have to process all that shit. Like that's one of the only few things that I care about.
All right,
Right.
but why not just come here legally?
What you mean?
Why? I think a lot. Yes, I understand every situation is different, but a lot of these problems aren't a problem if you came here legally.
Right.
If you have
True.
proper documentation, you have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to hide, and this doesn't really affect you. This only affects people that are here illegally. Why? Why not just do it through proper means, legal means?
But
Would it
who's to
would it
say?
do
But
justice?
who's
Would
to
it do
say?
justice if we say that like a lot of people don't have the resources to do it? Would that be the right way to say it?
Ollie, can you turn your mic off in game? Because I can hear you talking in.
But
I
here's
mean, in the game, what the hell?
But my question is, who's to say that ICE is not terrorizing people who are actually legal here, and they're just doing it just to be doing it?
True.
Because like you got to think about it. You got to think about it. What I want. I don't know if I want to make this a racial thing. But you really got to think about it. With us and black people, we always been here, and we always do our part. And we like obviously we're legal, we're citizens. But if it's really true that
Hello.
people like these kind of people are out here terrorizing black people, even though that we are citizens ourselves, like who's to say they're not doing it who's to say they're not doing it to people who are actually legal instead of just blacks and browns, you know what I'm saying?
No, exactly. I mean, I think that is a fair concern. While we don't have immediate evidence of that actually happening, like we are noticing a rise in crime and a bunch of other stuff like that. It is true. Don't get me wrong, it is true. But it's also a very good point. Then why don't people just come here, legally? Like, what would be the issue with that? I think it's more than just, why don't they do that? It's more so like I don't think a lot of people have the resource to do it, and they're not well educated enough to do it. Like
I
to
I
to
I, I
take
just
to
want to
take to take certain steps into things, like you have to be well informed. I think that is one of the main issues. I think that's one of the more bigger sources or internal sources that I think need to be addressed. I just don't think people are well informed enough to actually take steps to get papers or get legalized, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, like, I mean, I agree with this point. Like, yeah, I mean, why don't they just come here legally? Yeah, that would be very helpful. But it's also like, uh, it is true that yeah, there are different circumstances, and a lot of people when they make these decisions to take that rough trip to cross borders and come here illegally, it does pose them a bigger threat. But a lot of these people are just that desperate because
I'm gonna be honest, I take a strong stance on immigration.
right.
And I feel like if you're not here legally, you're not really supposed to be here. And I'm not saying nobody's welcome here. Anyone's welcome here. But
You're saying there's a due
It
process,
it's gotta be by legal means.
right?
I
And
understand. I understand
I
that.
stand by that stance. I don't have a problem with any person who wants to come into the country, but it's got to be by documented means. You've got to be an actual citizen, like, or not citizen, but like you've got to be in the system.
And also, I think the main thing that a lot of people like, speaking of brown people or people of those kinds of cultures that do want to illegally come here, that are neighboring countries or states, if they do want to come here, that's fine, of course. But also, the process is a very time-consuming process.
It's time consuming, but you also got to think about it like this. Some person that's never lived in America and wants a better life for himself, he comes to America, he's there for like he's been here like a month. You and I who have been here our entire lives, and when the economy is tough and we can't get jobs, now it's taken over by people who aren't citizens, who are working here illegally. It fills up potential job opportunities that, say, I had a family, now my family's not eating. And I've
Yeah,
Oh
been
my
here my
god, the
can
entire
definitely
life.
see
cannibals
where you're coming
are
from with that.
here.
It helps. It helps the
Ain't no
flow of
way.
work. It helps our flow of work. Now, yeah, I'm not gonna go any further than that.
No, I mean, I,
Yeah,
I completely, yeah, I completely
I
agree with that.
definitely see
It's
where you're coming from with that. I definitely see where you're coming from with that. But now that you're talking about the job situation and all that stuff, right? It 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 wouldn't make any sense to me if they're concerns about that. If there's the ones like taking away all the fucking jobs anyway. And no, I'm not talking about the immigrants. I'm talking about the congressmen, the government, and all that shit. Because
right.
y'all know, like y'all like as much as a lot of people say, we in this country, there's a lot of job opportunities. No, the fuck, not that many. It is not that many, right? You're pretty lucky to even get a job. So like, where's all these jobs going if they're not giving it to they're not giving it to the people who had to go to who had
A
to
lot
go
of
through due
a lot of
process to be
inflated
legal?
a lot of these inflated numbers about job opportunities come from these really big corporations that have jobs within jobs. There's like positions within jobs that they have branches in their company, and a lot of these inflate the number so it looks good on paper. But for you and I, we're like, where the fuck's the job? Like
Exactly.
that Burger King hasn't been hiring in 2 years. It's like
Like,
a
dude,
lot of
I
the numbers
remember,
are inflated.
like, dude, there was this one time in my life where I spent 2 whole years looking for a job and nobody was hiring. I was like, what the fuck? You telling me, you're telling me that with all the information that I got from everybody who I've been asking questions about getting a job, you mean to tell me that they're saying that there are plenty of jobs out there and it's easy to get one, but I spent 2 whole years trying to get one? Come on. Something like the math ain't mathing there.
I will
So
be
I
honest. It, it,
definitely
it
get
is it is it is a bit weird because the whole thing about getting jobs and stuff is, one could argue. I'm going to be the naysayer for the sake of this conversation, right? I'm going to be the naysayer and be like, okay, well, what are your qualifications? If you're having to look for like, or people are having to look for jobs for long periods of time, what qualifications do they have? So, which brings me to the point that if that is also the case for immigrants or illegal, immigrants for that matter, then what about them? What kind of qualifications would they have? Because the whole due process with government and all this other stuff that happens, all this filtering system that happens prior to actually giving somebody rights or a welcoming stance in this country, to the point where like, okay, yeah, you can stay here, you're one of us now, all that other stuff. What resources do they have that
I
could
can tell you,
potentially, no, exactly, yeah, let's educate the people. Like, if there's anybody that is genuinely curious about this kind of situation, let's inform
cost
them.
of labor. Big thing is cost of labor.
Right.
I don't know. I can't really call them citizens, but undocumented workers can be paid a lot less than a American citizen because since he's not in the system, uh, you can make a deal. You can be like, I'm going to pay you less, but you can have a job here. And I
Is
mean,
there now?
are
No,
they
I
going to
have to. I
say
have to
no?
ask also again, as the curious voice of the public. Like, would there be? Is there any kind of like concrete program such as that helps people out?
For undocumented citizens?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's a lot of programs that support undocumented undocumented people that allow them to get work, allow them to have shelter. I mean, it was a big thing that they had buses. They were providing people hotels, food,
Right.
like $1,000. I mean, there's plenty of systems that allow them, especially with how the Democrats want things run, that they provide a bunch of resources to these people to come in and get themselves secured. I mean, they're still
But where they at? But where they at is my
undocumented.
question. Like just like with the apparent millions of job opportunities that are out there for us to get. Where's that at? Where's that at? I don't see none of that happening with a lot of the people that I know. And
What?
maybe okay, man, maybe it's
What?
not happening. Maybe it's not happening in my vicinity. So
There's
I'll give that the
jobs
benefit
for
of the
the
doubt. Right?
undocumented people.
You said what?
Uh,
I'm sorry.
the jobs are the undocumented people. Where's food? Where's water? Where's food?
Both.
I'm well, the jobs taken. Job market's really rough, so no one like no jobs are filling up. No one's hiring. Job market's in tatters, and the undocumented people, they're in hiding right now because the immigration policy is so strict right now. I mean, you get caught by ICE, would you not be afraid to leave your house, knowing you could get
I
sent back to what you're trying to run
I'll be
away from?
scared. I'll be scared. That's one of the reasons
Right.
why. That's one of the reasons why. Like it is like difficult. Like it is disappointing. But at the same time, I give these illegals the benefit of the doubt because they can be coming from an area that's way worse than what we experienced when we was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like
True.
they could be going through some of the most despicable experiences known to man, and we don't even know about it. That's why you always got. That's why I always take in consideration of what another person is going through. But at the same time, it's very difficult for them to live in this day and age when the whole immigration situation is like you said, strict as hell.
Mhm.
But I mean,
This goes
with that being
this just goes to tell people out there that that are God forbid, but that are suffering from these kinds of situations. We don't wish this on anybody, right? Because while while we are discovering more peaceful ways to handle situations, or undocumented immigrants from living from having to go through this kind of stuff, but at the same time we want to inform people that the only reason we have these kinds of conversations so that we let people know, like, hey, this is out there, this resource
right.
is out there. You or your family or loved ones, you need to take action. That's the main thing. You need to take action.
Yeah, because at this point, like we can't care for nobody but ourselves.
Right.
As y'all said earlier, as y'all said earlier, we can't wait. We can't wait on them. We can't wait on them because every time we do, every time we put our faith in them, it doesn't end wait. It doesn't end well. I was about to say it doesn't end wait. My fault. It doesn't end well. It doesn't end well for any of us,
Right.
and for a while it hasn't. So
True.
I mean, we gotta. I mean, I would like to see. I would like to see a lot of people, just build a community where we're taking care of each other. But you know how that goes. People are too selfish and they don't want to do that. So
No, yeah, that's true. I mean, people stopped. It's like, it's terrible. I will be very honest about this. Like, this is my honest thought. It's terrible for a country to push you to such a limit where the common man does not want to help each other, and they're so scared and desperate to the point where they have to only look out for themselves.
You got to think there's so many other people in your exact position or in a very similar position
Mm-hmm.
financially, and I guess I wouldn't know what you'd call it time wise, but you were the big majority. It's not that people are afraid to; it's a lot of people can't.
fair, fair.
True.
I mean that is true. That is true. Cause
That is true.
with society as we know now, not that many people can even handle their own damn selves. So I can understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, and it's
Right now, it
also
is very
all
much feed yourself before you feed others.
Right. I mean,
Right.
you do have to survive before you're able to help somebody else. That is very much true. Where the aim of that conversation was is that people that are in a position to help, we incur them to help. That is all
Oh
we're
yeah.
saying.
Oh
Encourage
yeah.
them to help.
Yeah, because I'm not talking about just anybody, but I'm talking about like for the more outstanding citizen of
Yeah.
of the government or in the economy or of the working class that can help. Like it's not even just about finance. It's not even just about like monetary assistance. It's more so just about being able to speak up and defend each other. That's more so where I was going with it. It's like, yeah, I
Okay.
understand. Like, I understand. It's like, yeah, it's difficult for people to financially support each other. But yeah, I mean, it's like look at the undocumented immigrants as well. They're working. They're getting by. They're surviving. And I think, at the end of the day, that is what matters. Like, yeah, there are just enough resources that even the most uninformed people can still take action and just have that urge to go out and do stuff and actually make money to support themselves and loved ones as well. But more so when it comes to expressing truths about matters, exposing hypocrisy, exposing corruption. And I'm not going to say any government out there is perfect, no matter how holy they claim their country is or anything like that. I don't believe in that BS. It's run by regular human beings, and human beings always suffer from some kind of corruption, whether it's on a major scale or a minor scale. So now we have to go into that scale of, okay, now if that be the case, what kind of people are out there that are willing to actually speak up about it? Because that is where our superhuman abilities come into play. We don't need to be able to fly. We don't need to be able to, do anything miraculous. No, the fact that we can actually speak out and expose stuff like that is where our powers come into play. That's our power lies in our ability to support each other.
Hey,
And I think that's where a lot of people are slacking nowadays. They're just like, oh, I'm gonna mind my own business. But no, if enough of a number of people rise up to express their voices, changes will happen. But I think and everyone is scared to be that person.
Want to know a perfect example?
Sure.
Ebo in Black Ops 7.
God damn it.
Care,
That,
care to
that
elaborate on
that's a,
that?
but that's a topic for another time. That's a topic for another
That's the
time. I'm
topic
just
for
saying
another time.
I'm just saying that's a good example. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Right. Oh man, but yeah, like you get the gist. Damn, I stuttered like a motherfucker there. You get the gist of essentially, what it is we're trying to stand for here. It's like even a lot of the stuff that we say, we're not in the position to take steps on it either. But it's more so of the fact that we're doing the best we can, and whatever we can do right now is the fact that we can talk about it. We can talk about it. We
Right.
can express the truths about it, and if that helps in some way, I think that's worth it. I think that's still, even if it's a little bit, it's a thread in a bigger piece of cloth. I think that still helps.
Mhm.
But yeah, I will say, like, don't get me wrong, a lot of people complain about, oh, presidents always say this, but they don't ever actually follow through. They say this, but then they don't do this. But no, I mean, you have to look at it like he's getting shit done, but the question is, a
Oh,
lot
he's
of
getting
people
shit
aren't
done.
agreeing with
That's
his
for sure.
methods. Yeah, a lot of people aren't
And
agreeing with
and
his methods and how he's getting it done.
and the thing about that is, I could be wrong about. I could be wrong, or any one of us, either one of us could be wrong about how he's going about all these decisions. Either one of us could be wrong about how this is how he's making his decisions. Like, he could be, like, outside of what we know, he could be doing a good job.
Right.
That's like, and no, I'm not, and I'm not being biased. I'm just saying,
You're not giving an
hypothetically,
ultimatum. You're just saying, you're opening up the
yeah,
possibility that, yeah, maybe
like,
he's
the benefit of the doubt, maybe he
right.
is doing a good job. Maybe he's actually making better decisions out there in the White House that we don't know about. But because of how social media is nowadays, we'll never know about it, because social media is one of the biggest areas that pushes the narrative a lot. So
It's really all about where your moral compass lies.
Right.
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 Because I could be because I could be doing all this research. I could be doing all this research and it may not be accurate. I could be doing all this research and it may not be true because it is social media. People are gonna talk. People are gonna they're just gonna put their 2 cents in there. They probably don't know exactly what the f they're talking about. But at the same time, it could be true. It could be true.
Right.
So
And also, I mean, think about it this way: like, he expressed why he's making a lot of the policies that he is because of a lot of that stuff, a lot of drugs and a lot of illegal material does come into this country. And I think that's a lot. That's something a lot of people throw away. But no, they need to understand that is like this is how he's addressing that problem. If that makes sense.
that definitely is one good reason. That is one understandable reason why he could be doing this because I have seen a clip on the internet where there was like a cargo or a boat that was moving illegal drugs in the ocean and they literally they that shit off, bro.
Yeah.
So I can understand that. That's one good reason. But anything else with the extremes that these people are going out with these riots and all that shit, that's another that's another thing. That's different. Like I just don't condone that. Like
No, absolutely
like
not.
innocent bystanders, people who are actually just minding their business, somebody who could be just walking on the street, just chilling, probably just jogging, and then out of nowhere, a group of fucking law enforcement just jumped a nigga for no reason. And for what? For what? Like I'm just ain't down with that, B. I'm not down. I'm not down with that.
Right. Brandon,
Should
what
we
do you
move
have
on?
to say about it?
I was about to say.
Right. Because I was thinking about it too. Because this nigga has not said one thing yet.
I was gonna do that. And
A more
make it
important
awkward.
question.
Brandon, are you good, bro?
More importantly, Brandon, you there?
Oh, I'm good. Huh?
Yeah, what's your thoughts on this political situation? What's your thoughts on the political climate, Brandon?
My thoughts on the situation that we're currently talking about right now, because yes, I have been listening, regarding, ICE and stuff like that. What I think about it is it's not good, but it's not bad. I feel like some enforcement was needed, but I don't think that this much enforcement was needed. Like I don't think that it needed to escalate to the point where there's ICE soldiers, running into apartment buildings, taking people out of their homes because they suspect that someone, is staying there that's, not even in the country. And then I also believe that, you know, the Latinos for Trump and stuff like that, and the people of color that vote for Trump, when they go on the internet and they complain about, people who got in the country for free and people who, you know, crossed over the border and, got into America, I believe that they are valid because they had to go through all of, the paperwork and they had to go through all of, everything just to be able to come over here. And then they have people who didn't have to do any of that and they came over here for free. And they put all that hard work in, you know what I mean? And it's, not even valuable anymore because it's like now we're just handing it out. You know what I mean? It's like if I have 2 bananas and the other person has no bananas, and then I'm trading with someone who does have bananas, and then the person that doesn't have any bananas finds a banana tree, and now they have 3 bananas. Now the banana is doesn't have any value because now we all have it. You know what I mean? And so when they came in, I understand them being upset about that, but I don't condone people being ripped out of their homes, especially, people who just came over here to have a better life. They don't want to live in bad places anymore. You know, they come to America seeking safety and shelter and stuff like that. But just to be, rudely awakened, by these people who don't want them here simply because, you know, what would the word be? Like,
Well, here's the thing. I think it goes back to what Pro was saying earlier. It was more so of why didn't they follow the process like everybody
right.
else? I think
let let me see if I can try to put y'all in a different perspective.
Go ahead, Samurai.
What if what if they didn't even have the option to go through the process? What
That
if
right.
what if it was a last resort, desperate, action to literally get the fuck out of where they was at because there was so much shit going on where they was at that they had to find
Exactly.
some desperate way to leave their area and come
That's
to over
exactly what I
here
was trying to
where
say earlier. Because like, imagine like the circumstance they were in to have to make radical, like fast decisions like that just to be able to survive from whatever the hell they were coming from.
right. They could be doing this just to survive. They probably don't have the time or the opportunity to do the research and to go through the process of being legal. So so yeah, like if you really like the more you explain this, the more you really realize that this whole thing is just a double-edged sword.
It is.
True. Because like they couldn't have been, wealthy enough in the country that they were already in to be able to, go ahead and get documented and stuff like that.
Right. But then on the other hand, there's like not even an adult. Maybe they was just only able to get their kid over here, and I just
True.
died very quick. Maybe they was only, able to get the kid over here. And when the kid finally gets here, then ICE catches them. And now he or she got to go back to wherever the fuck they was at, which they was trying to escape from in the first place. Now they're in a worse predicament. Their childhood, their life and future is already
I,
fucked up.
I had a clarification. ICE isn't just actively going for these people. There's ICE has a
Yes,
tip
they
line.
are.
People that
Yes,
well,
they
they
are.
yes,
No,
they
yes, they
are.
are.
No, but
They are. Because
yeah,
when that lady had called ICE on that Hyundai plant that was, growing crops and shit that we didn't even know how to do ourselves, they didn't even have any physical proof that the people in this, plant
well,
were.
you got me before I made my point. I was saying it's not entirely just ICE. ICE has a tip line. Just random people can put in a tip that there's an undocumented person, and it is their job to check it out. So this doesn't entirely just fall on ICE going and breaking down random doors, going into random places. People are sending out information of where these people are.
Well, we're
Wait,
talking
wait. You
about.
just
Well,
popped
that's what
up.
we're talking about. We're talking about, MAGA people, ICE. It's all the same,
Wait,
basically.
y'all just
All those
popped up a
people.
question for me. Y'all just popped up a question for me, and this is for the fucking Karens. How do they know who's undocumented or not?
They don't.
It's 100% a Karen system. It's 100% a Karen system. I think
Wow.
this guy's undocumented. He's a little bit darker than me. There's no way this guy's legal.
Because just knowing that now, that's even more fucked up than what we already know about with this whole situation.
That just
You mean to tell
escalated it a
me
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just
that
ICE
just
that needs
put
to be vilified. It's not just ICE. It's the people that live next to you. Could be your
Right.
neighbor. Could be your mother. Could be your dad. It could just be
it could
anyone.
be there could be just one guy in the home in this house, right? One guy in his neighborhood, not bothering nobody. Everybody's cool with him, and he chilling. He's been there for like what 5-6 years for an example, and then just one nosy bitch gotta start some shit with him just because she don't like him and say, hey, I think he's documented. Oh, now you got a whole SWAT team in this fucking house, and he didn't even do shit.
I agree in the
Like
fact that there
what?
should be some more. It's not just like, oh, okay, yeah, we got this report, let's just go and bust these doors in. I feel like there should be a better organized protocol, a more civil
This should
protocol.
be if they're allowing that kind of thing to happen, y'all should have the same process that y'all have when y'all doing an investigation. Like y'all should be asking questions first. Y'all should be like processing the whole situation to actually determine if he's legal or not.
Right.
Why the fuck would y'all?
If there's a legal process to become, a citizen here, there should also be a legal process to also prove that somebody's just not an illegal immigrant.
Right.
Like it's not fair. It's not fair that we expect them to go through a process to become a citizen, but there's no process to rip them of their homes, their families. You know, and
And it will make it even worse. Will make it even worse. Like let's add some more to this example. Let's say the guy is actually illegal and he has his information, he has his papers, he has a document, and and some random motherfuckers out of nowhere calls ICE up and say I think he's illegal. And then they spend the whole time raiding his house, beating his ass for no reason, just to find out that he actually has a papers, and that would be a total waste of time and a total waste of effort. Now y'all fucking looking stupid.
and imagine the response to finding out, oh, he's legal. Oh, sorry. Like, no, it's not. It's not that simple.
Right. Like it's no oh sorry. Like you ask me if that kind of thing does happen, like I'm not saying it is happening right now because again, I don't know I don't have all the answers.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say hypothetically that does happen. Y'all should that guy should get a reparation for that. That guy should get some kind of, some kind of like
Or that Karen.
like
Compensation.
yeah, like compensation. Like
Reparation.
they should get something in return for that. Cause y'all put this nigga through the worst shit. And when y'all find out that this guy is legal, the best thing y'all can say is, "Oh, my bad." What?
Right. Yeah, that's uncalled for. But also, like, I think there should also be repercussions for Karens. Like, if this is a Karen based like complaint system, there should be a system where it also brings about repercussions for people that
Okay,
get false
I got an idea.
reporting, misinformation.
I have an idea, and I don't know I don't know who's watching it, but I have an idea. But isn't there like in the regular law enforcement, in a regular police department kind of thing, isn't there like some kind of a crime to send out false information to people?
False report.
Right.
It's called
False
a false
report. That should be that should be the first thing that they should put together. If the person that's doing a report is actually fucking up and making a lie about it, they should get charged for that.
It's a waste of government resources. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
It is a crime.
Because I feel like
But
Karen,
you also
I feel
have
like
to look-
Karens just majority of the time because they're white. I feel like Karens don't get repercussion
Yeah.
enough.
Man, is not having to live with your is they have to live with themselves. I say that's a crime on its own.
Like
They're
man,
gonna live with
I mean,
that.
if you ask about my experiences like coming across Karens and shit, cause I'm gonna be real with y'all, and y'all can believe it if y'all want. I mean, y'all ain't gotta believe it, but Karens don't just come in the form of a middle-aged white woman with short hair dyed in blue.
No,
Like,
sometimes they're a Keisha.
Yeah, right. And I came across a few of those people, and you know how I deal with them? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I just keep walking. Like I just ignore the hell out of them because they'll leave me alone eventually. I don't know about anybody else because I know.
If they don't, and if they do put their hands on you, you have the right to defend yourself.
Oh, equal.
Okay.
Equal
We
rights
should be careful what we say. Our hidden
Equal
speech.
rights equal fight. I'm just gonna say, you touch me, I'm swinging.
I'm swinging.
I'm swinging. I'm not
Castle
going
law.
down.
I'm castle law. I'm drawing on your ass.
I don't care the
Right.
muscle mass difference. You're getting hit. You ain't touching me.
Hey, Carl, you should download Fortnite back. They added the chainsaw back.
You're actually a motherfucker. Weren't you so anti Fortnite for the longest goddamn time?
Okay, no, don't even do it. I'm gonna go ahead and stop you right there because I never was anti Fortnite.
Yeah, well, how many times did I ask you to install Fortnite? You're like, I just don't got the storage. I just don't
didn't.
got the storage.
I didn't have the storage. I was still making content with other games at the time, fool.
God damn you. I literally just installed Hogwarts Legacy.
I don't even know why you playing that shit in the first place.
Hey. Hold on. That's a good game.
I don't care what nobody say. Fuck anything Harry Potter related.
Oh my god.
I don't care what
Fuck
nobody
Harry
say.
himself. Fuck that big bitch Hagrid. Yeah, you see that old fuck Dumbledore? Fuck him. There's nothing wrong to me. I just don't like the way he looks.
Okay.
And then
You
we find
making
out
it
he-
sound like I'm a. You
and
making
then-
it sound like I'm a D1 hater. Like
Yeah, it does sound like you're a D1 hater. You just ain't fucking with
Hey,
Hogwarts for what reason?
because it's Harry Potter related. I'm not a Harry.
Did you say
Potter
Harry
fan.
Popper?
Okay, I was fucking around. I'm fucking around, but I'm not a Harry Potter fan.
D1
Bro,
hater.
you have not said the last word, the last name correct once in this entire time.
What?
Harry Potter.
You said Harry. You said Harry Popper, and then you said Harry Porter.
And that goes to show how much I don't really like Harry Potter like that. All right.
Yeah, I don't
How
like
about
it
that?
so much that I
Please put the
deliberately
fucking respect
mispronounced
on
the
the
name.
name. It's almost it's a $1 million franchise.
I'm sorry, I just can't get with it. I'm sorry, I can't get with it, gang.
Samurai, one book of Harry Potter is probably more than your net worth will ever
Yo.
be put on a name. I'm just
And
gonna
he
say.
and
I
he
get
took
that.
that person.
And,
I'm
and
just
I
gonna say.
understand that, but that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Hey, you ain't gotta like it. You ain't gotta like it. Just don't disrespect it.
I know you ain't talk. I know you ain't talking with the many times you have disrespected Dynasty Warriors. All right, and I said
I
nothing.
have never
I said
disrespected
nothing.
it. I have only ever said it's just not my kind of game.
And I said the same thing. What's the difference?
I don't know. The way you came at it, it rubbed me
I
I
don't
was
wrong.
like
fucking.
your
I was
tone.
fucking around. I was fucking around in the first half, but really, like really, I tried to watch Harry Potter before. Like it's not my cup of tea. I'm just saying.
Dumbass.
Brandon, what?
What?
Oh, I'm playing a game. My bad. I
Oh,
just beat
That
your
was probably
ass.
the worst timing ever, Brandon.
Echoes through the BC.
right.
We got a brother over here
Dude, I was
raging, and
thinking
he's
about that
all we
ice thing.
hear is
It's like ice is
dumbass.
just like what ice comes into your home, they tear apart your living room, and it's like, oh, no documented here. Like the whole room is torn up, like the couch is ripped to shreds. There's just one pillow untouched. He just fluffs that and leaves.
Like,
Right.
dude, like if you
My
really think
bad.
about this, this is literally on the same level. And I don't care what nobody else say because as much as we black people, suffer through, as much as we have suffered through, we cannot single out something we cannot single out somebody else's experiences that could be just as worse than what a black person has to go through. And the reason why I'm saying that is because this whole situation about these people raiding in other people's houses just to find out that they have the papers and then just saying oops, I'm sorry after that, that's literally on the same level of like just a random policeman fucking up a black man for no reason just to find out that he's all good,
Yeah,
and then he's like,
the ice theme music is just gonna become "Oops, I did it again."
right, right, like this is literally on the same level. Like if you do the research, this is literally on the same level of police brutality on a black man.
Right.
Well,
And, and it's like, dude, why? Like for any situation when it comes to this kind of stuff, whether it's ICE, whether it's oppression, whether it's police brutality,
when
why
was
the
the last
fuck
time a
would
police
you go to
brutalized
the
a black
extreme?
person?
Say what?
When was the last time a mainstream police brutalized a black person? I feel like this isn't a like
I
I
bet
don't
they're
know. When was the
hella
last time
careful
that
after the Floyd incident now.
Right. But like I'm saying, like in general, when it comes to law enforcement, when it comes to like hired supervision to supervise city and all that stuff, right?
Hmm.
Why the fuck would you go to the extreme of literally hurting somebody mentally, physically, and socially just to find out, like, like they're okay just for you to say, oops, my bad? Why?
well, it's because
That's
it's their job. It's
that's
literally
not
their job.
like that's like
The
it
government should
tells you two
recoup
things.
the money. The government should recoup. They should pay for damages. They should pay for like therapy. But it
Hey,
literally is their job.
because like
It's their
it
job,
tells
but
you
I
two
just
things.
I think I'm not alone in saying this. I think it just needs to be a bit more organized and better
It needs to
informed.
be organized. It needs to be better. It needs to have more checks and balances. It needs to have more supervision.
Right.
Too much goes unchecked, but it is literally their job right now.
But then I'm about to switch up the perspective again because we all know that the entire system needs to be repaired. The entire system needs to be revitalized, right?
Right.
Like it needs to be rebooted ASAP. But we all know that one of the reasons why it's still like this is because they choose for it to be like that.
Well, not
They
enough people speak out against it is the problem.
Yeah, because like no, like the same. And I know Crow might say something about this, but the same rule applies to Call of Duty.
Oh my god.
Get Call of Duty out of your
This
mouth.
nigga's traumatized by
Save
COD.
it for the COD
It's
rant.
comparable to
Save
an
it
ice
for the
raid.
COD rant, motherfucker.
I didn't say nothing. I just said the same rule applies. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like,
God damn.
but,
Why does
all right,
my name have to get mentioned with it? I'm not a COD dick sucker. I don't know how many times I have to tell you.
the reason why I mentioned it is the reason why I mentioned it is because of what you're doing right now. Like I'm
Dickhead.
not saying you're glazing God. I'm just saying I knew you was gonna say something if I mentioned it.
Oh,
That's all.
I hate you. You're
Hey,
awful.
I'll take that as a compliment. That means I'm doing something right. Anyway,
the
but
most respective racism I've ever heard.
I hate you. I hate
that's
you.
not
So I hate you as a person. I
You know
hate
what?
everything about you.
You know what?
I hate
Fuck
your
you.
ancestors.
Fuck you. Fuck your shoes. Fuck your belt. Fuck your pants. Fuck your eyesight. fuck.
Alex, no, he
Fuck
goes,
the
he goes,
boat that
I'm
your
not wearing
great,
any of
great,
that.
great, 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 great.
I don't even know my great.
Nah,
Whoever the fuck you was talking about yet.
Fuck the boat that your great, 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 great.
I'm pretty sure if we're going all the way there, I don't think he was able to do that.
Said fuck the boat, not your great, great, great. Fuck the boat
No,
that
I'm
carried
saying.
him. I wish that shit had sunk.
All right. Let me focus. Like what I was saying was like yes, the entire system need to be revitalized, but I feel like they created that system for it to be exactly that because it's better for them to benefit off of that.
True.
In spite of how many people get hurt, in spite of how many families are being destroyed and dysfunctional, like I feel like they as many of the like bad end results that you could get out of this, they don't care because they know that it benefits them.
Right.
I'm gonna die.
Uh-huh.
And now again, Brandon.
Hmm?
What do you have to say about the situation, huh?
Nigga, you thought you was off the hook? Hell no.
I don't have anything to say about that.
Wait.
Like at all, my nigga, or what?
Nah.
Nah, bro, trust me, we can tell you're like absorbed into a game right now.
A game?
Are you dead ass?
Who, me?
Yeah?
No, oh, my fault. I thought y'all was talking to me.
Nah.
No, I'm listening. I just genuinely don't have anything to say about that. I mean, y'all pretty much covered,
Who just did that redneck damn?
That was me, my bad.
The redneck, the only person that's redneck.
Now, I mean, if we're getting the topic there, I want to go into another topic that we have mentioned before, but I don't know if we were okay with mentioning about it because, like as I said many times, with some of the topics that we talk about, it will get controversial to the point that it's worthy of somebody to come after us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Ain't nobody come after me. I can promise you that. And if they want to, I want them to.
It gives me a reason to use my katana, bro. I haven't
Hate
used that
me,
shit.
motherfucker.
I
Please,
haven't used
I
that
Oh
shit
yeah,
in
I
a
argue with
forgot.
while.
you.
We all got
Oh,
swords in this bitch. I forgot.
Right.
I'll fucking argue with anyone. God damn. Please leave a nasty comment. Leave a
Okay,
nasty comment.
Judy.
Please.
Okay, Judge Judy.
But the topic that I want to bring up about is Charlie Clerk.
Who?
Charlie
Clerk.
Clerk?
Oh, Charlie Kirk. Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait,
I
who's Clark?
don't know if it was Clark or Kurt. But
Kirk. It was Kirk.
Something about samurai and last names. It just doesn't click.
Charlie Clerk.
okay, don't do that. Don't do that. All right.
Man, it's
I
all
just
started with
forgot the name.
Otsutsuki.
Shut the hell up. All right.
God, Charlie Clerk was so influential.
He was such a clerical person.
Uh-huh.
I hate you guys. I really do. I just want to go over about his assassination and
Yeah.
you know, the after effects and what happened.
And
That's
how
all.
his wife is acting afterwards.
Fucking absolute demons
Oh.
that were fucking like
Right.
cheering this on.
Yo, like, cause I looked at it too. Like that shit is terrifying as hell.
That
First
shit
off,
is
before we
sick.
like let's save that for now. Let's save that for now. Like at first, like before we get into that, I just want to talk about like how society portrayed him as this terrible human being.
The left.
Where I
The
did
left, not society. The left. The
Like,
left.
the
The right idolized this man. The left demonized this man.
Charlie
There
Kirk.
was no in the middle.
There
No,
was
he
no
demonized
in the middle.
No, he demonized himself. No one demonized anybody, but he didn't demonize anybody but his goddamn self. Don't ever try to say that the people
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
I wouldn't,
Man.
Are you
Brandon.
sure about
Brandon, what the hell are you talking about? Because
no.
the
I'm
left
talking
did
about
not like that man, and the right loved that man.
okay. And
There is no in between.
what does that mean though? That doesn't mean that the
No,
left just automatically
bro,
look.
no,
No.
Brandon.
No. Look. Because now I have something to say. That doesn't mean that the left automatically.
All right, my fault.
That doesn't mean that the left demonized him. If you go look at his clips and you go look at the things that he said and you go look at what he preached about, that man
give me one
very
thing.
clearly no.
Give me
man-
one thing, because it has been proven a lot of the things people are saying that were, I guess, demonizing worthy, the things that people didn't like he said, were grossly taken out of context. Grossly
No, he
taken out
said
of
things
context
like that straight up.
and cut
He used to
short.
say
So it sounded bad.
he said black people were better off.
No, there
while
was
we
there
were
was more
enslaved.
to that. I don't know the entire thing, but there was more to it.
Okay, how about we talk about the fact that he said that keeping the Second Amendment, it's worth some gun deaths and people dying,
Yeah, it was
and the fact that he
controversial.
died by
Yeah,
a gun.
yeah,
What
we-
about that?
That was
We do that.
controversial.
But
We
Brandon,
understand that.
remember, our job
It
is to look
doesn't
at
mean
something
he deserved to
objectively.
die, Brandon.
It doesn't mean
exactly.
no. It doesn't mean that he deserved to die, but it's the fact that the things that he spewed
So
were
you're saying we
hate.
shouldn't? Are you saying we shouldn't mourn his death because he said it's okay for some people to die? He
No,
said
I'm
a
not.
very controversial
I'm
thing. So
not
it's
saying. I'm not
Wait.
saying that we shouldn't. No.
what's your point? What is your point?
No. My point is because you just said that the left completely demonized him. When I'm saying no, he demonized himself.
No, the left can demonize the things he said. Yes, he didn't
How do you
demonize. himself.
demonize?
He said a controversial
How do
thing.
you take
Brandon,
something?
Brandon,
How do you?
Brandon.
You can be a
Calm down,
grown
calm down.
adult and
Look,
hear
look,
what someone
this-
said.
Order in the court. Order in the court.
What?
We need a sound effect for that, by the way. Just a note.
You can be a
Right.
grown adult, hear what someone has to say, and be like,
order in the court.
all right.
Look, listen. Before y'all continue y'all debate, I want to put this out there.
These gloves on.
Like for anybody, what?
Before you continue, put these gloves on.
Look. This goes out to anybody. I do not promote wishing death on anybody. I don't care how terrible of a person they are. It is not. It's just not okay.
Yeah, me
Okay.
and Samuel already talked about this. Like, don't get me wrong, we disagree with a lot of the things he said, but we do not wish death on anybody.
Exactly. I didn't wish death on him, but I'm not completely blind to the fact that he literally was a hateful person. Like we're not going to sit here and
Yeah,
he was.
That's what people portrayed him to be. But I
But
was trying to
people can
explain.
interpret anything in their own world in their own way. That
Like,
doesn't mean that's how he meant it.
Like,
That's how
I was gonna say. Like I wanted to explain. Like I actually did the research on that too, and he had conversations with other black people that were actually understanding and relatable to what he was trying to put out.
It's
So
messy.
what I'm saying is there is this thing out there where certain political figures or celebrities, they'll say wild shit because they know that the people are gonna feed into it, right?
It's hate.
Mhm.
It's fear
So
mongering. It's fucking hate mongering.
Rage baiting.
exactly. So
Yeah.
rage baiting, basically.
Yeah, that as
So
well.
I honestly think that what the things that Charlie was saying that people consider to be demonizing or hurtful or hateful, I honestly think he was just rage baiting because at his core, when I seen some of these events and he was having these conversations with the people that you know how these political figures, they have these like conventions where people will come up just to ask them questions and stuff like, and they'll answer the questions, stuff like that. When he was doing that stuff, he was actually saying some real shit.
Yes,
And
he
and
was.
I honestly think that he was just rage baiting. He's honestly was just rage baiting. However, I can still understand. I can still understand where people are coming from, where they get offended by what you know, by what some of the things that he said. Like at the end of the day, people are gonna disagree with one another. Like we're always gonna
No,
debate
but
on
here's
something.
okay. Here's the thing. Okay, you guys are right in your individual aspects, and as a group, we do agree. People have the right to, address themselves. People have the right to, address their own beliefs and opinions and stuff. Okay, but here's the thing, though. This is my 2 cents on it. Even though he said a lot of stuff based on logistics and just actual statistics and stuff, one thing I will never support and agree with him on, and I don't think anybody should, is the fact that he supported the genocide that's happening.
That's
Exactly.
it. That's pretty much it.
Which
That's
That's
pretty
genocide?
much it.
Which genocide?
what's happening in
And
Palestine right
God.
now.
Exactly.
He justified it. So that's the main thing. That is where me and him will always look completely opposite directions. I don't relate to that at all. I don't relate to people because here's the thing. We being civil people are like, yeah, nobody deserves to die. But he was constantly justifying people dying in Palestine. He wouldn't even agree Palestine is an actual place. It is. It's on the
Yeah, I
map.
saw those.
So that is ignorance. That is something that is very much hateful because he is wishing death on somebody else. And that is something I will never, and I mean never, support. Ever. He has his logistics. He can give as much like opinions as he wants about this country, its statistics and stuff like that. But when out of a religious belief, he disrespects another culture, and on top of that, he wishes death on that culture, he is no better than Hitler. No better.
Bro, how are you still on my ass, bro? I'm literally amped up on fucking juice. What the fuck is that, bro?
Because, like, here's the thing. A lot of people are like, oh, yeah, but he had a family, he had a daughter. Bro, people in Palestine are losing their family members every single day. They're walking around the street, picking up, severed limbs of their family members, deceased family members that blew up. There's no way we can ever justify genocide happening. These aren't aliens. These are human beings, part of a different culture. These are innocent people. In warfare, even in Islam, Muslims are taught warfare does not ever bring into, the violence children and women, civilians, innocent people that have nothing to do with a war. But where is that empathy? Where is that, where is that harmony that people want? Where's that civil behavior? Wars happen. It's part of human evolution. But since when has it become customary to bring innocent families and innocent people into it and say, yeah, we're going to blow everybody up, kill all of them? That's genocide. And since when was genocide customary? And it's very disappointing because a lot of world leaders are turning a blind eye to it. Sure, they're not supporting it, but they're also not like speaking against this genocide either. Charlie Kirk was one of the few people.
Genocide? Since when was genocide considered a fucking code or a religion or a lifestyle? When was that considered that?
Exactly. When did that happen?
So like I want to put this out there. I'm not saying I support Charlie Kirk and his his ideologies or his ideals. But all I'm saying is, guys, take everything with a grain of salt. Okay?
right.
That's all I'm saying. Take everything with a grain of salt. Because he could be saying one thing and people think he meant something else. Like
Well,
there is this thing called taking shit out of context. All right.
True. Very true.
let's just say he was doing one of the best things he could, and he was having an open conversation. He was willing to hear anyone, and he got
Right.
killed for it.
You know, he did speak on logistics and he did speak based off of statistics, and he tried his best to be objective, but human beings have flaws, and he failed to remain objective on a lot of matters. And a lot of the times he made comments that, even when looking at the context, you can very clearly see that he's disrespecting an entire culture just based off of people having differences with him. So here's the thing: all of us, you and I, Brandon, all of us, we support, everyone having their own opinions. But do we ever cast judgment on those opinions?
No.
But he did. He very much mocked other religions, and he thought his religion was number one. Don't get me wrong, bro. I understand you live in a Christian country, but there's even Muslim, young college students that look up to you, bro. Why would you toss them under the bus as well, like that?
Like, dude, even a black man was having a actual entertaining and engaging conversation with this guy.
Right.
And he wasn't even in his 30s. Like I like, if I'm not mistaken, he was a college student.
Right.
And he was having a better conversation with this guy than most people. So again, like take everything with a grain of salt.
Right.
Now, his assassination, on the other hand, I feel like there's more to that than what we were led to believe.
I agree.
Well, people say it was an inside job too. You know what I mean? Like,
Definitely not. I don't think that's at all true. People are, yeah, I know what you're saying. People are saying it was a cover up because Trump was on the Epstein list, and that was like the huge talk. But I don't think that's true at all.
I don't want to get
unless we have like absolute concrete objective proof of something. Let's not make it a claim.
Right. That's also one of the
okay,
things
then how do you feel about those people that got on the internet and they threatened those HBCUs before they even know who actually killed Charlie Kirk? They automatically assume that it was people on the left.
That pissed me off too, because we already had the information
Exactly, and they associated with black people automatically.
Right.
Yet it was a white man.
A whole white, like, we already had the information. They already gave out the information of who did it, and immediately everybody threatened black people.
Exactly, and then the fact that the guy in the video literally said, "We would hope that he wouldn't have been one of us." So what's that supposed to mean? Aren't we all supposed to be equal?
Like y'all, like, at the end of the day, let's just face it. At the end of the day, racism is always going to exist, no matter who's trying to, get rid of it. It's always going to be there. And I don't know why. I don't know why that's the case. I don't even know who the fuck even invented racism to begin with. I know, like, for hundreds of years, white people have made it their lifestyle. Like, no offense to y'all, but I'm just saying, like, I know for a very, very, very long time, white people have made it their lifestyle. But who literally was the first literal person on earth to create the damn term? Like, who was the person who created this damn lifestyle? Like,
right.
Because racism was happening long before, this whole 400 plus years slavery, before the slavery of natives, before the slavery of poor families during the Roman Empire. Like, this has been happening since the beginning of time. I just want to know who the hell created this shit.
I don't think it was any specific person. I think it was just, I think animosity
created slavery. You can say
animosity has always been a part of human nature. Like competition. You could say the competition between races. Like that very much could have fueled it.
Okay.
And with that being said, honestly, today was a fire episode. We did a lot of shit. Next episode we'll talk more about the psychological effects of, you know, the different kinds of media that we have now, the different kinds of habits that human beings are building, and how as a whole human civilization or human race is just kind of going south. We're kind of devolving if you think about it, you know. Compared to like
Dude, I
compared
want to get
to
into it.
what?
I want to get into a segment where we go over the conspiracy of advanced technology already being here before us. Shit, I'm talking about the idea, like bro, the shit that I researched about like older civilizations, ancient civilizations, literally telling you what they have seen and what they have known before we came about. Like the fact that there are hieroglyphics and
Ooh,
older
I am so
pictures
down.
of
I am
fucking
so down.
UFOs on fucking damn stone tablets and shit before we even
Yes.
came about. How the fuck did they know that?
Shit, and I can tell you what. Let's make that the next episode, since we're not gonna do a part 3 consecutively. But why don't we? Fine, I take it back. Next episode, we're gonna be talking about conspiracy theories about older civilizations. Next episode, we're gonna be talking about older civilizations and what kind of, you know, blueprints, or rather Easter eggs they have left behind, and how our civilizations right now are literally struggling to just get out of bed.
You don't fuck with Necro.
Traveler, as you're preparing your leave, please understand that what you've discovered here, please take what you've learned and apply it to life. When the light calls you back, I'll be waiting. Same place, different mystery, same truth. Farewell, Void Walker. Until we meet again.